Welcome back to the golden age of DC Comics, 365 days. What am I doing with this book? Well, it's my book. It's my personal property. It was given to me by one of my best friends almost 20 years ago. And for the better part of 2 decades, this coffee table book has been on my coffee table. And what goes great with coffee table and coffee table books? Coffee. What? That's the stuff. I love a good cuppa. And I love a good comic book, too. So we're going through a bit of the history of American culture, of definitely DC and superhero comic books. One of my favorite things to do. If you're watching this, chances are that you're a big fan of comic books as well. So what are we doing? We're taking a couple of minutes each day and we're just talking about what we love. Comic books. And, I intend to be talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So you can tune in at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow and see what's cooking tomorrow as well. But let's see what we got for today. It is February 1st. And, this is a good one. Yeah, this is some wholesome entertainment here. We've got Batman, Robin, and Superman. And it's February 1st. And this is art by Jerry Robinson. It's from the cover of World's Finest Comics, number 2, summer of 1941. The New York's World's Fair of 1939 inspired DC to publish a 1939 comic book, appropriately enough titled New York World's Fair Comics. At 96 pages, it was considerably longer than the average comic and sold for the premium price of 15 cents. Stories about many of DC's top heroes were featured, including Superman and Batman. The idea went over, and DC inaugurated something in the same format entitled World's Best Comics, spring 1941. The second issue was called World's Finest Comics, and that name stuck. Superman and Batman, plus Robin, were featured on the covers, but appeared in separate stories until 1954, when rising prices and shrinking pagination pushed DC's top 2 heroes into one story. The alliance continued for years. So Superman and Batman didn't get their team up until near the very end of the Golden Age. And let's just take a look at this art again. I grew up Robin to Batman. I always liked Robin more than Batman. Growing up and mellowing out, I seem to be more of a Superman fan than a Batman fan going into my older age. Because, Superman, I think the fighting is the last thing that Superman wants to do. And he'd rather chill out than be stressed out. And I also like Robin because he's a very well-trained individual. He's got a great sense of humor. I've always loved the costume. Whether it's Casey Kasem in the SuperFriends or Burt Ward in the 1966 TV show. Robin was always one of my favorites. And then when I became old enough to understand and buy and read comic books, he was leading the new Teen Titans. And that I was about 8 or 9 years old when Perez and Wolfman started doing their thing with that, second generation classic team. So I got to see Robin grow up before my eyes. And being a kid, there used to be a thing about kid sidekicks. And having a kid sidekick meant that was your vehicle to enjoy the story. Would a kid rather be Robin? Or would they try to pretend to be Batman or a Batboy or a Batkid? And I don't know. I always had a lot of fun playing Robin. And so that's today, February 1st, in our 365 days of Golden Age DC Comics. The Golden Age lasted between about 1935, 1938 or so, maybe a little earlier, till definitely 1956. 1956 is when the Silver Age began. I was born in 1972, so I'm a proud denizen of the Bronze Age of comics. And but what about you? What age of comics did you grow up in? What's your favorite? Are you enjoying this, this walk down memory lane into the golden age and seeing where all of our current, our current comic book movies and superhero movies come from? Leave a comment in the comments section. Let's continue this conversation. Give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of material. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. I'm a big lad. I can handle it. And also, I'd like to earn your subscription. I make daily content, and I'm a professional chef. I give you some restaurant quality cooking hacks so you can make delicious, nutritious, and beautiful food. I'm also an ordained minister, an amateur theologian. I say let's get spiritual, and we often do here. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we're going to be talking about comic books for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, and we'll get back to it. All right? Thank you so very much. Cheers.